Appreciate you guys for rocking out. It's your boy Gabos, and we back. We back, man. This is the prediction show, man. We out here loving sports like always. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I mean? We back. Week 6 is among us. In fact, like, I actually just made a video with the recap of week 5, but the video ended up being so long that I'm like, you know what? Rather than, I don't know, I could have put everything together, but I decided to make it separate because I ended up talking for like 30 something minutes. I was just like, you know what, let me just make it 2 separate clips. So I'm going to be releasing a recap video and then, you know, my regular prediction video. So I appreciate you guys for rocking out with your boy as I'm continuously trying to grow the content, the page, and being consistent because, you know what I mean? That's what your boy does. But what a wonderful week of football. Like a lot of shockers, a lot of ups and downs. I was saying in my last video, in terms of predictions, I went 8-7. I hit on the 49ers, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Bucs, the Vikings, the Bills. I was shocked that the Broncos lost to the Colts. The Packers lost to the Giants. Jaguars lost to Houston, who hadn't had no wins. Lions got shut out by New England. Yo, bro. NFL, like, just when you feel like you know it all, you really don't, because anything could happen any given Sunday. So we're gonna get right into it, man. Week 6. Appreciate you guys. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button. Know what I mean? What's the first game of week 6? Isn't it Washington and? All right, so we're gonna get right into it, man. We have the 1-4 Commanders taking on the 2-3 Chicago Bears for another epic, all-time epic, worst Thursday night football game. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody outside of Chicago and Washington that's gonna tune in for this one. This one looks like a snooze fest. Now, because it's football, I'm gonna dib and dab and check it out, but I'm not excited. Chicago's one of the worst offenses in the league, even though Justin Fields just came off a pretty decent game. And the Washington Commanders, I mean, I don't know if is it the burgundy jersey or the fact that Carson Wentz is their quarterback? But unfortunately, this is the product they put on television. And when you love football, you honestly, you'll watch any matchup. I mean, did you watch the Colts in Denver last week? If you sat through and watched the Colts in Denver game last week, then you have no excuse. You could watch this one. All right, so going in, the spread is pretty even. Wow, that's a first. You got Carson Wentz coming in with 1,390 yards. That's impressive. I got to see where that actually ranks amongst all, like, who leads the league in passing yards. 10 touchdowns, 6 picks. Justin Fields, basically half the yards that Carson Wentz has. Like, this game is going to be atrocious. You know what I mean? I always like to look at injuries to see if there's any pivotal injuries that might affect the game. When you're looking at 2 bad teams, it really doesn't matter because the starters can't get the job done. I'm not really excited about, you know, the people, you know, warming up the bench. Game is going to be in Chicago. It's going to be 52 degrees. This game is honestly a toss-up. Shit. Lord have mercy. I don't know who would y'all go with this? Who do y'all have winning this game, bro? Chicago's at 17 points per game. Washington's at 18 points. Chicago is 2-3, third in the division. Washington is dead last because everybody's balling in the East. Bro, I'm just gonna close my eyes and pick Washington. That's all I could do, right? Like, what else do you have to go off of? Like, nobody legitimately cares about this matchup, and I've already wasted enough of your time talking about it. Moving on. We have the 2-3 New England Patriots. Know what I'm saying? Versus the Cleveland Browns. 2-3 Cleveland Browns. Browns should be way better than what their record indicates. Like, the loss to the Chargers last week was sickening. They're just a horrible pick by Jacoby Brissett. The loss to the Jets was probably worse than that. You give up 14 points underneath the 2-minute warning. Laughing my ass off. But the Patriots, nonetheless, coming off of shutting out the Detroit Lions, take on the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland going in at 2.5-point favorites. I don't sleep on Bill. I definitely do not sleep on because I slept on him last week and he humbled me. We know what Bill loves to do. He loves to take away your best offense. Matt Jones stats. I don't think Matt Jones is playing, so his stats are irrelevant to this game. But Jacoby Brissett coming in with 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks. You're impressed with the 1,000 yards. The touchdown to inter ratio is game management skill. Ramondre Stevenson is looking like he's going to lead the charge versus Nick Chubb. So we know Bill Belichick is going to try to take away Nick Chubb. Offensive weapons don't really excite you in New England, being Jacoby Myers is the #1 receiver. And Amari Cooper, who we've seen disappear. Cleveland at home? Well, Cleveland's at home. Amari typically disappears on the road, but Bill knows how to take away Amari. Cleveland going in at 2.5 favorites. Cleveland averaging 26 points a game. New England averaging 20. Weather's going to be pretty nice, 60 degrees. Let's see. Total yards per game. Cleveland's at 404, which is impressive. New England's at 360. We have the third string quarterback playing, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm going to ride with New England on this one. I'm going to go Pats. Because Jacoby Brissett played for New England. I feel like Bill knows him. Bill knows how to scheme up great defenses, and it's not like the Browns are explosive. So he's going to do his best to take away a Cooper and Chubb. And I'm going to roll with the Pats on this one. Pats coming in being dead last in the division. Pains my heart because, you know, I've had multiple dynasties to enjoy over the years, and that's no longer a thing. In fact, you know, the dynasties are a thing of my imagination. But with that being said, I got the Patriots. I got the Patriots. I believe they could beat the Browns. The Browns struggle to close games, and when you throw in late quarter, fourth quarter picks against Bill, we're just going to run it all day. Like, we're not going to have much of a passing game. We're just going to run it, and I think the Patriots are going to win that game. My opinion. Don't hang me if I'm wrong. Moving on. We got the 3-2 San Francisco 49ers versus the 2-3 Atlanta Falcons. Falcons, I mean, what can we say? We got Jimmy Garoppolo, 5 touchdowns to 1 pick. Way to go, Jimmy. Marcus Mariota, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, 926 yards. He's been struggling. The man has 21 completions in 2 games. He literally threw 7 completions last week. Well, the week before, and last week he threw 14. The offense is struggling. People are talking about throw the rookie in. San Fran is coming into this game as -5.5 point favorites. I will gladly take that because the 49ers defense, they're on bully timing. Bully timing, you heard me? And I don't think the Falcons could score enough points to keep up with the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo is obviously not turning over the ball. Yeah, they're on bully timing. I definitely like San Fran to actually even cover that. Believe it or not, Atlanta averages more points than San Francisco. It is what it is. Total yards is pretty it's basically the same thing, to be honest. Yards allowed, and that's where they differ. Like Rams. San Fran's coming in allowing a whopping 277 yards. Atlanta allows 405 yards. Like, geez, that lets you know what they rank in the scheme of things. Atlanta's coming in third in the division at 2-3. San Fran is on top of the division, yeah, because Dallas smoked the Rams. Like, who else was surprised by that besides me? But the San Francisco 49ers are leading the division for sure. Yeah, so with that being said, I'm rolling with the 49ers. This one's a pretty even kill sheet. Like, if the Falcons win this one, I don't know anything about football. Debo coming in with 20 catches, 266 yards, and 2 TDs. And Drake London, who's pretty much been pretty impressive this year, kind of similar numbers to Debo with just 2 more catches, which is odd, but nonetheless, it is what it is. I think this game is going to be fun, but the 49ers defense is just, they're suffocating, bro. They really are suffocating, and we're going to see. I'm excited to watch that game too. Next game up, we have the 3-2 New York Jets taking on the 3-2 Green Bay Packers. Is anybody as confused as I was as to what the Packers were doing in London? They traveled all the way to London and forgot their offense in the second half back in the U.S. because that comeback by the Giants was just so unpredictable. Nobody's seen that coming. What's the excuse? Whose head has to roll for that one? But yeah, nonetheless, the Green Bay Packers are 3-2, tied with the Jets. Imagine if the Packers lost back-to-back games to New York teams. Imagine, right? Green Bay coming in as 7.5 point favorites. There were 7 point favorites against the Giants versus the Jets. I'm almost tempted to want to take that, but I'm afraid because I've seen the Jets come back twice in the fourth quarter versus the Pittsburgh Steelers and versus the Cleveland Browns. So they've shown the ability to come back in the fourth. Green Bay's offense isn't lighting people up. This isn't the Devontae Adams Green Bay Packers. No, this is the Randall Cobb-led Green Bay Packers. And Rodgers is going in with a thumb injury. Yo, it's up, bro. Anything could happen. So Rodgers coming in with 8 touchdowns to 3 picks, 1,157 yards. Joe Flacco still leads the Jets, obviously, in passing stats because he played more games than your boy Wilson. It is what it is. When we're looking at the injuries, a couple of questionable guys. David Baca. Yo, listen, bro. I can read, but pronouncing names, not my strong suit. But you know, if you know, you know. He's coming in questionable. Christian Watson's coming in questionable. Christian Watson's actually one of the biggest playmakers. This game is going to be in Green Bay, 50 degrees. I like Green Bay, but I'm very cautious. And I feel like I'm going to come back to this video. I'm very cautious about Green Bay. I don't like them to cover, but I do like Green Bay. But the Jets are such a dangerous team. I won't be surprised if I come back next week and I'm like, you see what the Jets just did? You know, like, seriously, the coaching staff has been doing a wonderful job. Them boys are believers, and they're doing their thing. Jets are second in the division, AFC East, 1 game behind Buffalo, which is a stunner. Really, it's just an absolute stunner, considering they didn't even have Wilson for most of the year. Green Bay second in the division. Green Bay's obviously heavy favorites. I'm going to roll with Green Bay, but I don't have them covering. For sure. Appreciate you guys, man, for even, like, if you're watching the video and made it up this far. Appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? Hook your brother up with a like. You know what I'm saying? Just for the consistency. All right, so moving on, we have the 2-3 Jaguars, who I'm actually surprised to see that they're 2-3, but you are what your record indicates, versus the 2-1 Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis coming into this game as -2-point favorites. Yikes. You know what I'm saying? Colts looked absolutely trash on Thursday night. Just absolutely trash. I'm confused with what's going on with Jacksonville, because 1 second they have a defense and an offense, and now the offense is struggling. Division games, I kind of want to stay away from them. Jaguars punked the Colts just a couple of weeks ago and left them on donut. I don't think they're going to do it back-to-back games, because Matt Ryan didn't have most of his weapons. He didn't have Pittman. He didn't have Pierce. He had Jonathan Taylor, but that wasn't even enough to score a point. So with this game being said, can I see the Jacksonville Jaguars sweeping the Colts? I can, because the Colts looked so bad on Thursday, bro. So bad. Good defense. The offense looks old. It's limited. It looks limited, and I'm being nice. Trevor Lawrence coming in with 8 touchdowns, 4 picks, 1,232 yards. Matt Ryan, I mean, look at this shit by Matt. Damn, Matt Ryan got some passing yards. 1,376 passing yards. You already got 7 picks. You played 5 games. 7 picks and 5 touchdowns. I'm trying not to roast. And we've seen the receiving numbers. Christian Kirk is doing his thing with 338 yards, 3 TDs. Michael Pittman. The Colts obviously have to get the ball to Michael Pittman. He's their #1 receiver. Alec Pierce is showing great signs. He's shown that he has the potential to be the deep threat weapon that they look like they need. But again, there's a lot of limitations at quarterback. It's going to be in the dome, so the weather doesn't matter. But, you know, you're going to enjoy 62-degree temperatures. And this is a division game. I like the Jaguars. Let's go, Jags. And I have them sweeping. Trevor Lawrence has to get it together, because one day he's playing a great game and then he's playing a bad game. It's the sophomore roller coaster slump, for lack of a better term. All right, so we're gonna leave that game. Am I leaving anything? Probably not. Oh, matter of fact, this game is actually my birthday coming up, man. Yeah. Shout out to your boy Gabos. We out here living, doing our thing and being consistent. You heard me? All work is easy work. All right, moving on. We have the 4-1 Vikings, who are off to a great start, versus the 3-2 Dolphins, who were also off to a great start, but injuries have plagued them. Obviously, by now, you've probably seen 1,000 times. The Tua injury, Tua is out. Honestly, believe that he should have been on a 4-week IR, but they're already talking about he's practicing. I don't know. People just don't think they could get fired in Miami, but it looks like they're trying to speed this kid back, and I'm almost afraid for him, for real. But Dolphins are 3-2. They got off to a hot start. I think they dropped the last 2 games. They lost to Cincinnati, and then they lost to the Jets. So they're reeling right now, and it's really because of injuries. Tyreek Hill had a quad injury. Waddle had like a groin injury. We're going to see it right here somewhere on the injury report. Now we got Raheem Mostert, the starting running back. Miami's just hurt. They're hurt, dog. And we have Minnesota Vikings as 3.5-point favorites. It's going to be the backup quarterback playing for Miami. I'm not sure if it's Teddy Bridge or the other dude, because Teddy Bridge also got hurt against the Jets with a concussion. So if it's the third string quarterback playing for Miami, I like my Minnesota to cover this, like for real. But regardless, I'm rolling with Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, they're not going to have an answer with him. I don't care if you put Xavier Howard on him. You're not doing anything with Justin Jefferson. He's just the best in the game. I've seen enough. I'm ready to crown him. I've seen enough. This is his third consecutive year. With up and down quarterback play, he still produces numbers. The kid is unstoppable. 547 yards and 2 touchdowns. It should be more TDs, but 547 yards, it's only been 5 games. This is well over 100 yards per game. The kid cannot be stopped. 81 degrees is going to be beautiful weather. There goes that dehydration joint I'm talking about. 81 degrees, so on the field, it's going to be like 90, 93, 94. Probably going to be like 93, 94 on the field. You heard me? Both teams coming in averaging the same amount of points. Miami's on a bit of a decline, obviously, because of the quarterback situation. I got the Minnesota Vikings winning this easily. Whether Teddy Bridgewater plays or the third stringer plays. I probably got them covering whether Teddy Bridge plays, because they're dealing with a lot of banged up players. Yeah. So we're not going to waste too much time on that. Jets. We did Jets already. We did Colts. Moving on. We still at 1 o'clock games, and we got a couple of teams on buys too. With the Seahawks, no, not the Seahawks, the Lions, the Raiders. A couple of teams on buys. I'm gonna check them out. All right, so we have the 2-3 Cincinnati Bengals versus the 2-3 New Orleans Saints. My goodness, just off of GP, I would have probably went with the Bengals, but I just know how difficult it is to win in New Orleans. They got the Cincinnati Bengals as 1.5-point favorites. Tough. The New Orleans is just so underrated. Joe Burrow coming in with 1,316 yards. That's impressive. 9 touchdowns, 5 picks. That's cool. Jameis Winston doesn't matter. I doubt he's gonna be playing. Start Mixon, 302 yards on the year. Jamar Chase is kind of like a slow start right now. We haven't really seen the same open big field plays from Jamar Chase as we've seen his rookie year. But nonetheless, he's still there. He's still healthy. Higgins is dealing with an ankle injury that might limit their offense. Hopefully, he's able to play. Hayden Hurts is now questionable, too. Samaje Perine, nobody gives a damn. The Saints, Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, like, this little Swiss Army knife of a player, this kid is amazing, bro. 228 rushing yards on the year and 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. This dude think he Nick Chubb or something. He think he Saquon Barkley, bro. This dude does everything. He literally blocks, tackles, throws, runs, you name it. This dude is a go-go gadget, and he's part of the reason why the New Orleans Saints are even 2-3, which is the backup quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I like the Saints this game. I like the Saints coming off a major win at home, back-to-back games at home. They don't have to travel. The Bengals, something looks a little off. They're not really running the ball too well. Joe Burrow is still decent. He's still doing his thing, but you got injuries to Higgins. I want to see if he comes back to play. But when you're playing with a bummed up ankle, you can't run full speed. There's going to be limitations. So we're going to have Marcus Lattimore, obviously, on Jamar Chase probably the whole game. So this would typically be a game for Higgins. But if he can't go full speed, we'll see. We'll see. This is going to be a very good game, too. Is this a 4 o'clock game? Oh, no, another 1 o'clock game. Yeah, so I'm going to roll with the Saints on this one. Let's go Saints. All right. What's good? Making sure I just didn't skip any games, because the way this slide be going, I just did Miami and thing. Why wasn't Baltimore? Did I skip past Baltimore and Giants? Okay, well, we're here now. Believe it or not, the Giants got a better record than Baltimore 5 games into the season. We have the 4-1 Giants inviting the 3-2 Baltimore Ravens over to their field. Another 1 o'clock game. Baltimore's coming in as 5.5-point favorites. Listen, Baltimore's secondary it's gotten chopped and screwed by wide receivers over the course of the season. But a lot of it has been bolstered by that one performance by Tyreek Hill and Waddle. You know, they haven't gotten destroyed by every receiver in the league. They actually did a pretty good job on Jamar Chase last week. They're a really good defense with a solid pass rush. The thing is, the Giants have no receivers to really challenge them. I don't care what you tell me. Like, you're not going to tell me who Who? Who's this? Let's upload this. Richie James. Who? Richie James is going to be the reason the Giants win this game. No, obviously it's going to be Saquon Barkley. They're going to start off running the ball. They're probably going to have a little success on the Ravens too, running, actually, because Ravens haven't exactly been clams in terms of stopping running backs. But Saquon Barkley's been a stud. He's comeback player of the year by far. I can't think of anybody else that could possibly win this award. Maybe there's a couple of guys. Saquon Barkley, he's been electrifying. He's been fun. He's been Hollywood. He's been everything that you expect Saquon Barkley to be when he's healthy. Let's just hope he stays healthy the whole year, because this dude is exciting. He's like the only running back that's really balling like that. Now, Nick Chubb is doing his thing, but the highlights are with Saquon, bro. Like, it's almost breathtaking. Like, once he gets that stride and it's in an open field, we saw it against the Cowboys. We saw it against Tennessee. We've even seen a couple of plays against the Green Bay Packers. Saquon's fun, man. He's fun. He's fun to watch. And similar to the opposite team, the only other runner that I'm looking forward to watching run the ball along with Saquon is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, man. 12 touchdowns, 5 picks on the year, 1,000 yards, and he's probably top 10 in rushing yards too, but I don't have the rushing. Oh, matter of fact, the rushing yards is right here. 374 rushing yards and 2 TDs. Lamar's doing it all. He's doing it all, bro. This dude has 12 touchdowns, 5 picks, 1,067 yards, and he has 374 rushing touchdowns with 2 TDs. 2 tabbies. Baltimore's coming in a 5.5 point favorite. I like Baltimore. I'm just going to get right to it. The Giants, listen, I've been shitting on these boys. I've been calling them overrated. I've been saying their record isn't what it indicates, but your record is what you are. They're a very good team. The defense is solid. It's locked and solid too. Like, they're not soft by any means. But how far can you go with just depending on Saquon Barkley to carry you every game? Daniel Jones has no weapons, and eventually he's going to run into these elite teams that are going to take away Saquon Barkley. And when you don't have Saquon Barkley and you have to throw the ball to Ricky James, I mean, it's going to be curtains for the Giants. I anticipate a losing streak, a hot one coming, but you know what? Nonetheless, I don't want to be a hater. The Giants are 4-1. They represent my city, so I'm proud of the Giants for at least getting off to this hot start. But yeah, I believe in the Ravens. Ravens coming in averaging 27, a whole touchdown more than the Giants. 3-2 leading the division, and Giants are 4-1 and they're third in their division. Like this, when did the NFC East become respectable? Like it's crazy. But I'm rolling with the Ravens. I'm just gonna quickly take these notes too, just so I don't forget. All right, and we still got the 1 o'clock game there. It's like mad games, even though there's like a whole bye. But yeah, appreciate you guys for rocking out, man. If you made it this far through the video, hit the like button, and just help support your boy, man. We out here, man. This is the prediction show, Gabos. All right, drink some water. Bow. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3-2 Tampa taking on the 1-4 Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are reeling. They really don't have no identity. They just passed over the keys to the franchise to Kenny Pickett. He looked young. He didn't look ready. But then again, they fed him to the Wolves, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever want to discourage the confidence of any quarterback, you feed him to the Wolves early, right? And they fed him to Buffalo. Buffalo was hungry, and Buffalo was wilding. You know what I mean? By what was it, a 38 to 3? What are we watching, college football? You lost by 35 points? Pittsburgh has work to do. And honestly, Mike Tomlin has been above 500 for the last decade, right? Like, he's never had a losing record with the Steelers since he's been running that franchise. I'm here to tell you this. It's time. It's time, Mike. It's time to tank. It's time to tank, and it's time to collect some draft picks because you still have a good team. You guys are loaded with weapons. Najee's very young. Like, you guys are loaded, bro. Deontay Johnson, Pickett, like, yo, you guys have weapons. You guys have merch, you know? But this 8-8 is not helping you guys. You guys got to get behind that line. That O-line is terrible. That O-line doesn't allow you to have play action. The O-line doesn't allow you to have a running game. The O-line doesn't even protect your quarterback. It's like 5 of me out there protecting your quarterback, bro. I ain't blocking shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's time for Pittsburgh to finally have a losing season. so they could better their odds in the draft. Because that defense is suspect. That O-line is trash, bro. That shit is just... Nonetheless, Tampa's coming in at 8.5 favorites. I mean, Buffalo was favored by 17.5. And they still... They won by 35. They were 17.5 point favorites, and they won by 35. So, if you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are better than the Bills, which no one does, I'd take Tampa to cover. I really would, because Pittsburgh can't really do anything. Tampa Bay's defense is way better than Steelers' offense. They're going to pick them off. They're going to make plays. It's going to be filthy work. Tampa is going to make a mess of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's going to be an ugly sight to see. TB12, 7 touchdowns, 1 pick, 1,409 yards. TB looked like he's trying to lead the league in passing yards. For real, for real. 1 inch on the year. That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback, man. You know what I'm saying? I know he not with us, but he with us. You feel me? Lenny doing Lenny things. Lenny only got 280 yards rushing. I know Najee can't run, and I thought Lenny would have more yards than Najee, to be honest. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Mike Evans coming in with 316 yards, 3 TDs. And go to typical work. Where are we in Pittsburgh? 58 degrees. So the time bomb is going back. It's been a while. What they call the stadium? A Chrysler Stadium. It's been a while since I've seen TB in because I'm used to it being called Heinz Field. When the hell did they change the name? Am I late? Am I tripping? Isn't it Heinz Field? They got rid of Heinz. Oh, matter of fact, they did. Whatever, it's still Heinz Field to me. Tampa's coming in averaging a pedestrian 20 points a game. Pittsburgh averaging 15. Tampa's on top of the division right now. This is a bye week for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, this is just penciling them in for a W. They're 4-2. Pittsburgh just doesn't have enough to compete, let alone win. Like, forget winning. Winning is not even a part of the vocabulary. Can you guys compete? I seriously doubt it. Moving on. We have the Carolina Panthers, the 1-4 Carolina Panthers with everything going wrong, versus the Los Angeles Rams with everything going wrong. Like, no, for real. Panthers, Baker Mayfield has a high ankle sprain, so he's gonna be out 4 weeks. You know what I mean, roughly. And they just fired their head coach. So Sam Darnold is about to come in versus the Rams, and now you guys have an interim head coach. Listen, I'm gonna spare us the time. Rams by 100. They're coming in favored by 10 points. I think Vegas is being kind. I don't know what Sam Darnold is going to do against that secondary. The Rams, I mean, they allow yards, but they know how to buckle down on teams that don't have offenses. And now you got Sam Darnold. You're essentially feeding him to Aaron Donald. So I'm just going to go with the Rams. Injuries, like I said, Baker's going to be out. We're talking about questionable. He's out of here. Oh, Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is questionable. Okay, we're gonna have to keep an eye out on that. It's gonna be 73 degrees. Where are the Rams? Rams dead last? Oh no, Rams are tied for dead last. Like, it's crazy. Rams have been playing horrible, but there's, everybody's 2-3 in that division with the exception of San Fran. Rams bounce back and get to 500 easily in a snoozer. This is gonna be easy work. Easy work. They don't got nothing for Cooper Kupp out here with 527 yards and 4 TDs. I mean, that's all we need to see. Matthew Stafford has to play better. That's another thing. Matthew Stafford does he think he's in Detroit? Does he think he's in Detroit? Because if you thinking like that, it's nothing for us to send you back. You know what I'm saying? 7 picks in 5 games. You're the defending Super Bowl champions. Act like it. My goodness, 7 picks. Saints, like St. Louis. Los Angeles Rams, obviously they're having issues with their O-line. Their O-line is bad, bro. They can't really protect Matthew Stafford. He's literally getting his ass kicked every fucking game. I'm trying not to curse, my bad. He literally gets his ass kicked every fucking game because that's what's happening. Like, it just is what it is. CMC's doing his thing. We'll see, but this game is going to be a snooze fest. I'm not really going to watch the whole game because the Rams are just going to win. They're just going to win. It's just the way of life, right? Moving forward, we're now at the 4 o'clock games, and we have a couple of buys, so we don't have a lot of 4 o'clock games going. You know what I'm saying? But we got the Murrays of the Kylers, the Cardinals of the Arizona, 2-3, taking on the Smiths of the Genos, the Seahawks of the Seattles. Both 2-3 teams. Geno has been impressive. Geno, bro, this man got 9 touchdowns to 2 picks with 1,300 yards passing. Huh? Look at his numbers versus Kyler, bro. Kyler, 1,241 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks. Geno's outplaying dudes that are making $200 million. It's almost, hey, it is what it is. It's almost time to pay. So this game is going to be in Seattle. They have Arizona's 2.5-point favorites. I'm letting you know right now. They wrote them off. But I won't. We rolling with the Seahawks, baby. I like what I'm seeing from Geno. He's using his weapons. Lockett is balling. 32 catches, 406 yards, 2 TDs. Hollywood Brown is all Arizona got for now. D-Hop is coming back really soon, relatively soon. 417 yards, which is also impressive for Hollywood, and 3 TDs. Injuries. Nobody really care about it. James Conner is questionable. I think he hurt his ribs or something like that. Arizona's still 2.5-point favorites. That's very interesting. I do like Seattle because at least Seattle's home. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with Geno Smith. I love what he's doing. Like, look at these numbers, bro. Look at these numbers. Look at the completion percentage. 118 completions out of 157 passes. That's crazy. That's crazy. This dude is throwing dots. But I'm gonna roll with the Genos of the Smiths for the first 4 o'clock game Sunday afternoon. Okay. All right. Did I go through other Sunday night games? I did Carolina and the Rams. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my. This is the WrestleMania that we've been waiting for. This is the main event. This is the pay-per-view. This is the last fight of the night, which it really isn't. I don't know how this didn't get the Sunday night game, but that's only because they saving the extra thing in the clip for us, bro. This is gonna be a great week of football. We got the Buffalo Bills 4-1 taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, a rematch of the AFC conference title game. No, well, the second round, the division game. Well, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say, because I forgot the Bengals ended up going to the AFC title game. This game is gonna be blockbuster. I don't know where you're going to be on Sunday. I don't know if you got work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you got kids. But call out of all them shits. You know what I'm saying? You do not want to miss this. We have 2 MVP caliber quarterbacks. Josh Allen, if you don't know him, you better look him up. This kid does it all. We're talking 1,651 passing yards, 14 touchdowns, 4 picks. Woo! Patty Mahomes, 1,398 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, 2 picks. Yo, bro. This is modern day Peyton and Tom. Now, if you want to call Mahomes Tom and Josh Allen Peyton, then I guess we're going to roll with the Chiefs to win this game. Buffalo's 2.5-point favorites. These dudes are electrifying. It doesn't get any better than this. Stephon Diggs, 508 yards, 5 TDs. Travis Kelce coming off for 4 touchdowns, bro. Like, Travis Kelce had 4 touchdowns in one game at 33. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you need to know. And this is in Arrowhead. I wonder how the Chiefs got lucked up and got this game at home. Maybe because they beat them in the playoffs. But my goodness, it's a huge advantage to be at home. Buffalo's the favorite. It's scary, bro. Like, pick your poison. Pick your poison. Buffalo has been slaughtering franchises. I'm talking about just straight beat down. It's been you know, filthy work. It's just no napkins, no tissue. I want stains on my hands. That's what Buffalo's been doing. You know what I'm saying? The glove fits. The glove fits. Patrick Mahomes, obviously you don't have Tyreek Hill, so you don't have that deep threat receiver to take the top off the defense. But nonetheless, he's still slicing and dicing. It's not like you couldn't even tell he didn't have Tyreek Hill. 15 touchdowns and 2 picks. Tyreek where? Tyreek who? You know what I'm saying? This game is going to be blockbuster. Both teams averaging over 30. Buffalo at 448 yards per game. Kansas City, 7 yards underneath 400. Nobody really cares. The weather, nobody really cares. Both teams at 4-1. Pick your poison. Who knows who's going to lose this game? I want this game to go on forever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Like, for real. This game is going to be blockbuster, bro. I'm going to roll with the Chiefs because every single time I bet against them, they win. I know Buffalo's better. You know what I'm saying? I really can't make an argument for the Chiefs. It's just Patrick Mahomes don't really lose games, bro. He's just done. Like, the kid is spoiled. It's just Andy Reid is a genius. What they got going on, they're at home in Arrowfield. I want no smoke with this, bro. The Raiders were up 17 points and even went into the half up 20-10. And Kansas City just ran through their chest the whole second half and came back and won. Granted, Buffalo's way better than the Raiders. This game's just going to be blockbuster. I'm going to write it down now, Chiefs. But I don't really care who who wins or loses. I'm just here for the game. I'm just here for the game. Moving on, Sunday Night Football on NBC. Oh, we have the 4-1. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, yo, we got blockbusters, man. We got blockbusters. You heard me? You heard me? The Cowboys of the Dallases, 4-1, taking on the Eagles of the Philadelphias, 5-0. Philadelphia is 2-0 at home. This is a division rivalry game. We both know both franchises don't like each other. Both teams are playing on an elite level. This is NFC East potential, like potential. Like, I could see the Dallas Cowboys making it all the way to the NFC East, and I could see the same thing for Philly. This game is scary. There's gonna be a bitter rivalry. I can't wait to react to this game. Philadelphia's coming in as 6-point favorites. Jalen Hurts he's running the air out the football at this point, bro. 1,359 yards, 4 TDs, 2 picks. You're not really overly impressed. You certainly want the passing touchdowns to go up, but they run the ball so well that it really doesn't matter. They're 5-0 because of Jalen Hurts. Simply, there's no other way to slice and dice it. You know, Ezekiel Elliott, he's going to be there. He's going to participate. He's going to get his participation trophy. Zeke ain't the same Zeke that we're accustomed to. Miles Sanders, 414 yards, 3 TDs. That's cool. We're going to be looking at A.J. Brown. We're going to be looking at CeeDee Lamb. We're going to be looking at Micah Parsons. We're going to be looking at Fletcher Cox. We're going to be looking at Slay. We're going to be looking at Stephon Diggs. This game is a clash of the Titans. If you know, you know, bro. If you know, you know. I don't think I'll take the cover on Philadelphia winning by 6. They'll probably win by 3 or this time 3rd. But, you know, Cooper Rush has been doing his best. He's been doing what they asked of him, right? 4 touchdowns, 839 passing yards. He's not lighting shit up, you know? And probably because he's their quarterback, probably why they're 6-point underdogs. But he's been doing a good job. Everything you've asked Rush to do, he's done. This game is going to be exciting. I feel it. Philly coming in averaging 27 points. Dallas averages 18 points, but Dallas also hasn't even allowed a team to hit 20. So it's going to be interesting to see how that defense holds up against Philadelphia's offense. Woo, wait. I cannot wait. These boys do not like each other for 1 second. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Division rivalry games. I want to see it all, bro. I need to see blood, sweat, and tears. I need to see dirt. I need to see personal fouls. I need to see points up. I need to see shit talking. Ain't no shaking hands at the end of the game, man. Ain't no shaking hands. You guys are 5-0. We 4-1. What's up? What's up? Yeah. Ain't no patty cake. Ain't no Denver and Colts out here. We ain't trying to see no field goal competition. We want to see points on the board. We want to look up at the scoreboard and see 7 every single play, bro. That game's going to be blockbuster. And we're going to cap it off with Monday Night Football. Listen, man, we got the 2-3 Denver Broncos taking on the 3-2 Chargers. I mean, Russ looks like he's dealing with a shoulder injury. They released that because he needed some excuse. But that injury has nothing to do with his decision making. Russ is coming in with 4 touchdowns, 3 picks. We're now heading into our 6th game of the year, and Russ only has 4 passing touchdowns. That's scary. Justin Herbert, 10 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1,478 yards. We're going to be looking at Austin Eckler. We're going to be looking at Sutton, Mike Williams. Chargers are coming in at 5-point favorites. I do like the Chargers. Denver looks like they still trying to get their groove back. They look nasty. They looked unprepared for Thursday Night Football, and it was against the Colts. Russell threw some of the most inexcusable, horrible picks that you'll probably ever see in your life that will have you questioning life. Like, how did this man earn $200 million? How does this man? It just looks so bad, bro. It looks so bad. But granted, he's dealing with a shoulder injury, so it doesn't really excite you. And I'm hearing it's actually like a torn muscle in his shoulder, so limit your expectations. I'm just gonna roll with the Chargers because Herbert is dealing with broken ribs, but Herbert, I mean, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. You know, 77 degrees is gonna be beautiful. It's at night. This is a division game. The Chargers just look better. Can the Denver Broncos win? Yeah, they can if they get their shit together. But not having their running back who's out, Javonte Williams, I believe, he's out for the rest of the year. I have no faith in Melvin Gordon or any of the other guys that they're trying to establish. Denver really does have a running game. Chargers have a good defense. Denver has a good defense. Like, I'll side and give Denver a slight advantage on defense. But it's no knock against the Chargers. It's just Chargers really can't stop the run. But fortunate for them, Denver's not a running team, and they have no running back. So I'm gonna take the Chargers. Probably not at the 5-point favorites, but yeah, man. And it's a wrap. This game is actually on my birthday, man. So if you watch this video, know what I mean, 10/17 is your boy's birthday. I'm gonna be celebrating as best as I can, even though I got an injured leg. It is what it is. There ain't nothing gonna stop my shine. Ain't nothing gonna stop my shine. You see me, we out here, man. We out here with another one. You know, and you know, all jokes aside, you know, just being consistent, man. I don't know how else I could keep telling you guys this shit, but just pick your craft, pick something that you enjoy doing, do it every single day. Do it every single day and have fun with it. Put a smile on your face. Like, life is not always gonna be peachy. It's not always gonna be perfect. You're not always gonna have everything handed to you. There's momentum, you know? And sometimes when you hit rock bottom, it feels like you're always gonna hit rock bottom. But the great thing about hitting rock bottom, you can only go up, baby. You can only go up, bro. You can't go lower than rock bottom. So anything you do, any effort that you put towards your craft, your purpose, your goals, your dreams is positive momentum. Just being active, being present, being an active participant in your goals, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you guys take that and you run with it, bro, because everybody's waiting for you. Regardless of what you want to be, you could be a lawyer, doctor, comedian, entertainer, mechanic, a nurse, judge. It doesn't matter. The world is waiting for you. And all it takes is a little bit of belief and some goddamn consistency, man. It's your boy Gabos. I appreciate you guys for checking out week 6 of my NFL predictions. All work is easy work. Mamba out.